Dame time in Milwaukee. We're going to be recapping the two games from last night. The first of which saw the Milwaukee Bucks beat the 76ers 118 to 117. Damian Lillard had 39 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists, was 9 of 20 from the field, 4 of 12 on threes, 17 of 17 from the free throw line, and he committed 0 turnovers in 37 minutes. The 17 to 17 free throws, pretty good for Dame. The rest of the team was 8 for 19 from the free throw line, 42%. So Dame definitely carrying the Milwaukee Bucks to victory here. Giannis had 23 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, but did chip in 7 turnovers as well, was 10 of 22 from the field, 0 for 3 on threes, and then 3 for 9 from the free throw line. Missed a couple of jumpers in this one as well. So one would hope that he's going to shy away from some of those touches now that he's got better shooters on the team in Dame and Malik Beasley. Brook Lopez was solid in this one, 13 points, 3 of 4 on threes. Bobby Portis, 10 points. Chris Middleton, he is in on a heavy minutes restriction after not playing at all in the preseason and coming back from knee surgery. He had 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists, but only played 16 minutes. That is a really heavy minutes restriction. So, but they do have depth to make up for it. They're going to rely on Pat Connaughton and Marjan Beauchamp a little more than usual. Also, Jay Crowder has been playing a lot of small forward this year after really not playing it much over the last 2 years. The Bucks more or less they weren't really cohesive in this one, and it was kind of notable that like Malik Beasley played I think 30 minutes and he only took 1 3. Malik Beasley typically takes like 11 to 12 threes per 36 minutes over his career. Let's just check that real quick. Yeah, 11 threes per 36 last year, 11.6 the year before that. Yeah, so for him to not really take many threes, obviously Dame took a lot, but I think they still have a lot of kinks to work out with this team. Going over to the 76ers, they have a lot of kinks to work out. As James Harden, who knows when he's going to play for the team. But Tyrese Maxey is going to get all he can eat in the interim. He'll probably lead the league in minutes played if James Harden doesn't come back, to be quite honest. But he had 31 points and 8 assists in this one. I do have him at point guard. 10 of 22 from the field, 3 of 8 on threes, 8 for 10 from the free throw line. So he's going to push for the All-Star team, especially if Harden is not there. Kelly Oubre, he had a big game in his Sixers debut, 27 points on 9 of 11 shooting, 5 of 6 on 3. He's another player that they're going to rely heavily on to step up for James Harden. Given that, if you can get 27 points out of Oubre every game, then yeah, you're not going to miss James Harden at all, especially on that efficiency, 11 shots to 27 points. Joel Embiid, he was solid in this one, 24 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Like Giannis, he also had 7 turnovers, so they kind of canceled each other out. 9 of 21 from the field, 3 for 7 on threes, so he was one of the better shooters in this one for the Sixers. However, he did, like Giannis, struggle from the free throw line, going 3 for 8, more or less canceling each other out and beating Giannis did in this one. Tobias Harris also chipped in 20 points and 7 rebounds, doing so on 8 of 9 shooting, 3 of 3 on threes. So the Sixers were really efficient offensively in this one. And if it wasn't for Dame's heroics, they probably would have won this one out. Of course, PJ Tucker balanced that out by recording 0 points, though he did have 7 rebounds. You may note that I have PJ Tucker at small forward rather than power forward. That's just kind of how things have been looking during the substitution patterns. Like Oubre has been subbing in at the 2 and the 3. Like he subbed in for PJ Tucker a couple times, and also subbed in for DeAnthony Melton, I believe, in one of those lineups in the second quarter. But in the third quarter, he definitely came in for PJ Tucker. And then the other position notable is Danny Green. I've got him at power forward. He's part of the rotation, and he was subbing basically in a 3-man rotation with Harris and Tucker. So you may note that, and it makes sense also because George Niang, he departed the team, and they didn't actually really replace him. Danny Green missed most of last season with a torn Achilles, so it makes sense that if his athleticism has declined a little bit, like, is he going to be any worse at defense, having suffered his injury, than like a fully healthy George Niang? Probably not. So this is basically where I've got the Sixers depth chart. Daniel House did not play in this one. I've got Green as the primary backup at the 4. If you want to switch Tucker and Harris, so be it. Paul Reed and Embiid. Mo Bamba didn't check in this one either. Beverly, I'm not sure if he's a 1 or a 2, but it's kind of up in the air. We still got to wait and see what happens with James. And Jared Springer played the 2 and the 3 in this one. Furkan Korkmaz is mega buried. So, yeah, that's the and actually D'Anthony Melton played a lot of point guard in this one. He was basically the primary backup at the 1 for Tyrese Maxey. Obviously, James Harden coming back would probably change that, but it is something to make a note of. Let's go on over to the Los Angeles Lakers, who beat the Suns 100-95. Anthony Davis bounced back from a subpar game in the opener, had 30 points, 12 rebounds, 3 steals, 3 blocks, 10 of 17 from the field, 1 of 2 on threes, 9 of 10 from the free throw line. Got to the line a lot more in this one. And he did hit another 3, so he is 2 for 4 on threes this year. This is something that we should be keeping track of, as Anthony Davis was not a good three-point shooter the last few years. 26% last year, 19, 26, and he was really good in 2020, the year that they won the title. Well, really good. Like, he was respectable in 2020, and that's really all they need from him, is just to be respectable on threes. So far, he's 2 for 4. That's pretty respectable, right? LeBron James, he also had a bit of a bounce back game. 21 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. 7 of 14 from the field, 1 of 5 on threes, 6 of 8 from the line. He only took 1 free throw attempt in the previous game, and worth noting that he played 35 minutes in this one. There is a minutes plan for him, but clearly, when called upon, he's going to play additional minutes, and certainly they needed him down the stretch against Kevin Durant and the Suns. D'Angelo Russell, he was okay, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Taurean Prince fell back down to earth. He had 4 threes in the previous game. Had 0 points on over 5 shooting in this one. Role players are going to role player. They're not going to drop, they're going to have their big games and then their not so big games. Austin Reeves, he was okay, 10 points. He's, not really meshing well with D'Angelo Russell, I think. I think Russell definitely wants to establish himself as the 3rd best player on this team. He's perennially just in a contract season because nobody really wants to sign him long term. Rui Hachimura had 7 points in only 12 minutes. The minutes really aren't there. He was getting talked up in the preseason, and instead is coming off the bench behind LeBron James as his super backup. So obviously LeBron played more minutes in this one, and Hachimura's PT kind of suffered. Jared Vanderbilt has yet to also play this year, so this not looking great for the non-LeBron power forwards in LA. And Gabe Vincent, he's pretty much established himself as the team's 6th man. He backs up both guard spots, 7 points, 6 assists, 3 steals in 30 minutes. And as far as positions go, LeBron, 2K actually needs to they need to program in a tertiary position, I think, for the future, because there's more and more players each year who are playing multiple positions, more than 2 positions, and LeBron is one of those. He started the second quarter at small forward in this one. Obviously, he starts the game at the 4. He started the second quarter at the 3. In the lineup was LeBron at the 3, Christian Wood at the 4, Jackson Hayes at the 5. And then at the end of the third quarter, he spent 3 minutes at center with Cam Reddish at the 3, Rui at the 4, and then LeBron at the 5. So I mentioned guys like Scotty Barnes is another great example of that. Scotty Barnes might play 5 positions in a single game this season. They really need to add on a tertiary position and maybe change the programming on how the game handles rotations and lineups, etc. Just a tick. Let's head over to the Phoenix Suns. Devin Booker did not play in this one, nor did Bradley Beal. So the whole not having a point guard on the roster kind of bit the Suns in the butt in this one, as they had 16 assists to 20 turnovers. Eric Gordon was essentially the starting point guard in this one. Jordan Goodwin ended up playing 30 minutes, and basically offensively it was the Kevin Durant show. He had 39 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, and he had 8 of those 20 turnovers. 14 of 28 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, 10 of 13 from the line. More or less had to carry the team in this one. Eric Gordon, he chipped in 15 points. He had 0 assists in this one, though, as the quote-unquote starting point guard in 30 minutes. I believe Grayson Allen technically had the most assists in the starting lineup with 4. Yusuf Nurkic, he fell back down to earth in this one. He had 4 points on 1 of 5 shooting. Did chip in 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and 4 turnovers and 5 fouls. This game is more or less it's more in line with the expected Yusuf Nurkic experience that fans came to know in Portland. Jordan Goodwin, he chipped in 14 points. Definitely one of the worst rated players in 2K. They don't even have his defense rated appropriately with the 63 perimeter defense. So he's one of the players that I do need to jump in and edit their rating quite a bit. In fact, just to get him in the rotation, as he's behind guys like Bol Bol, Chimezie Metu, etc. So yeah, I gotta. By the time I do my next video, I'll have Jordan Goodwin edited up. And Josh Okogie continued his solid play. He's somebody I already have edited up. He had 10 points, 8 rebounds, and was 2 for 4 on threes. If he can hit the 3 consistently, that's going to enable him to maintain his 79 3-point rating, and thus his lofty overall rating. And yeah, that wraps it up for these 4 teams. It's going to be a full slate on the NBA schedule tonight, so check back tomorrow as I give a few more anecdotes and insights into what's going on around the NBA. Peace out.